Cardia, Class of 2021, Staff of Coláiste Crúthullen, Dr. Michael Mulvey of Dundalk Institute of Technology, those at home and across the world who will watch our proceedings later on, family, friends, students of Coláiste Crúthullen, our Board of Management members, the board members of Louth and Meath Education and Training Board, and colleagues. Sveki, Vita May, Hosha Madin, Huan Yin, Marhaba, Dobra Hozalova, Falter over Fod, Guji Chunol Jerry, Gavila of Zafeha Hain, Dundram Specialty Show, our final assembly of the class of 21. This is our celebration of your success, the success that your families and your community have planned for, that you have modelled, that your community have partnered us in.
To the class of 2021, the future is where you will spend most of your lives. Of course, there will be challenges ahead. However, if you are determined to succeed, you will make the right choices for you. I encourage you to continue to put all your energy, faith, talent, and time into each opportunity that comes your way. On behalf of the Board of Management, I would like to wish all our Leaving Cert students every success in the upcoming examinations. We hope you all achieve results that will enable you to progress to the next level in your education or the world of work. We wish you every success and fulfillment in your future careers. We are extremely proud of all of you in the way you have faced and coped with many challenges you experienced over the last 2 years. We thank you for the many ways you have cooperated with your teachers in keeping everyone safe in these challenging times. We particularly want to thank the members of the Student Council and the ambassadors for your generosity and your contribution to creating in the school the family atmosphere we all aim for. A special word of thanks is also due to your year head and class tutors for their dedication and care. It is my great pleasure to now call on head student for the class of 2021, Hannah Riley, to the stage to say a few words.
Is the microphone on? 6 years, 3 buildings, and a global pandemic later, we finally made it to graduation. If we were to tell our 12-year-old selves what a journey we've had, they just wouldn't believe it. I know this hasn't been a typical school experience for us, especially in the past year, where we've had to spend most of it online, at home, and alone. But despite all we have lost, we've equally gained as much in friendships, independence, and resilience. When I was told I had to write a speech for graduation, I thought, well, this would be great English paper 1 practice. But as I begun to reflect on all the great memories I've had with all of you here in Crúthullen, I started to feel quite sentimental and nostalgic. I'm sure nobody can forget the very first day of school. Whether it was in the tiny Chapel Street building, the old Maris building, or if you were lucky, you landed right here into the beautiful building we have today. With mountains of books on our backs, sweaty palms and weak knees, that day was scarier than the day you forgot your maths homework in Miss Savage's class. Back then, I never thought my 6 years at school would fly by so fast. Getting up every day at 7:30 on the dot, moaning and complaining about poetry and algebra for hours and hours, staring at a clock, which I'd sworn someone had taken the batteries out of since it never moved. That day seemed a lifetime away. Yet here we are, at the end. on the very last day of our secondary school adventure. Sadly, this is the last time you'll be here, surrounded by those you have spent nearly a third of your life with. So just look around, take it all in, and really just absorb this moment. I realised it's the small things I miss most. The laughs at the back of the class, the encouraging words from teachers, and just the overall feeling of community and togetherness. Speaking of the teachers, we truly wouldn't be here without you today. They say a good teacher is dedicated, passionate, and caring. That they're like a friend, a philosopher, and a guide to students. An analogy that I like is that a teacher is a gardener and the students are flowers. The teachers care for the students and help them grow and blossom into the best person they can be by the end of their journey. I am extremely lucky to say that we have been absolutely blessed with the teachers here at Coláiste Cú Chulainn. Although at times our appreciation isn't all too clear, under the piles of homework, class tests, and the constant daily mention of the dreaded Leaving Cert. But on behalf of all students, we are ultimately grateful for all the work that you do for us. It is true to say that your continued work in helping us achieve our goals, it doesn't go unnoticed, and your support is second to none. I wish I could thank you all individually, but if I were to do so, we'd be done by the time I've reached my college graduation. However, a special mention does go out to our wonderful year head and deputy year head, Miss Niyuki and Miss McGahan, the backbones of our year, who are both so dedicated and caring. We couldn't have asked for two better people to spend our last year with. Us sixth years have the utmost respect for all you teachers and school staff, both as people and the work that you do. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. It breaks my heart that our parents and guardians aren't here to celebrate with us today. Sure, where would we be without them? The ones who actually wake us up in the morning, the ones who top up our canteen cards, the ones who shower us with love, not because they have to, but because they mean it. Our parents and guardians have so much to be proud of, and in a few months, their pride and joys will be flying the nest into the big wide world, and they'll finally be getting what they've wanted for years, peace and quiet. I hope when you get home, you just say thank you and give them a big hug. Finally, class of 2021, this is it. I want to congratulate every single one of you for making it here today. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. And I know that there were times where you felt like giving up. It was hard, and undoubtedly, we've had it harder than anyone else. It may be the end of our secondary school education, but it's the start of our next chapter. The world is in our hands. We can do anything we want. We can travel the world, meet new people, but as soon as COVID decides to feck off. We stand here on the edge of our future. It's not a distant reality anymore. It begins here. We began secondary school as children, and now we're leaving as adults. No matter where we go or what we do, we have made friendships that will last a lifetime. No words could describe how grateful I am to have met you all. Our school days went so fast, yet no matter how much we want to turn back the hands of time, we will never be able to return to secondary school. And as much as I've awaited graduating today, I hate goodbyes. Yet, unfortunately, goodbyes and endings are inevitable. And today is one of those inevitable days for us all. Time will forever continue to tick away, and life will forever continue to pass by. Today, we say our final goodbyes. to teachers, to students, to school, and ultimately to a part of ourselves. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for 6 unforgettable years. And now I just want to call upon Grace McIntyre, Tara Woods and Sarah Hoy to present a bouquet of flowers to Miss Nioki and Miss McGahan for their continued hard work and dedication over the past year. And honestly, we truly wouldn't have been able to do it without them. Thank you.
Generations ago in Irish education, there's a great decision made to focus our education system on the new economy. And with that came the decision to open regional technical colleges across the state. And Dundalk RTC was one of them. And it became the nucleus for innovation, enterprise, and business and technology and engineering for the North East region. And a number of years ago it became known as the Dundalk Institute of Technology. And we're very lucky to live in the shadow of the Dundalk Institute of Technology. We're very lucky to have it on our doorsteps and to have it as a very clear option after we finish second level school. And we're privileged in our school to have Dr. Michael Mulvey, the President, as one of our close friends. And I'm calling on Dr. Mulvey now to give our graduation address. Go Michael.
Thank you very much, Tomas, for that introduction. And indeed, could I compliment Hannah Riley on a really terrific speech. I don't feel under any pressure now whatsoever, I can tell you. A very difficult act to follow. Really well done, Hannah. Most interesting. So, good morning, everybody. And it's really a great honour to be asked to meet you here today on what's a very special day for you. I feel truly privileged. Really thank you for the invitation to be here. And, you know, this is a really, as Hannah was saying, this is a very special day in your life. A day to celebrate. And as Hannah was saying, it's a good time just to look back on how far you've developed and how far you've travelled, and just the magnitude of your achievements over the past 6 years, and indeed the magnitude of your achievement over the last 12 months in getting through a global health emergency, something which I never faced during my lifetime until now. And just to say, I'm sure that over the last 6 years you have, of course, I'm sure, apart from the pandemic, the global health emergency, I'm sure you faced many difficulties and challenges, whether it's in individual subject areas or whether it's in your home life and so forth. But in every case, obviously, you've overcome those to a great extent, because you're still standing. You're here today. You've completed 6 years of schooling, which is a great achievement. It's a great achievement. It's easy to start things. It's a different thing to actually bring it to finality. And just to quote attributed to Aristotle, that, you know, a life untested is a life unlived. And already you've passed quite a number of tests in all sorts of different ways, and you're to be congratulated for that. And I know as well, from speaking to your principal, Tomas Sharkey, that you've all participated, not just in your class activities, but all of the external activities that make up the entire school life. And that creates a great, vibrant atmosphere for everybody that's inclusive, and you're to be congratulated on that too. And then likewise, just to say that obviously you have a life outside, you've got a family life, and in that regard, just to say that in relation to the mothers and fathers, and indeed the uncles and the aunts, and the grandmothers and grandfathers, and all the people who have supported you, that they really are to be complimented for their role in ensuring that you've gotten as far as you have today. So their role has been invaluable, and indeed, as Hannah was reflecting, it's important to remember that, and indeed to stay in touch with them, because you're going to need them as well in the future. So I suppose, and Hannah in her talk talked about this, about setbacks and so on. As you try to reach out to where you want to get to, this happens, all of us. You'll be derailed, and you'll be pulled to one side, and you'll suffer setbacks. And I'm sure you can look back over the last 6 years when you would have suffered setbacks. And it's just remember, it isn't the setback. It's not the setback. Don't let that define you. It's the resilience. Hannah spoke about that. It's the resilience. It's to pick yourself up and keep going. And you would have done that many times over the last 6 years. And when you are someday under pressure and you feel that things are just falling apart around you, you should look back to today. Look back to today and just draw confidence from today. You've brought to finality 6 tough years, 6 joyous years as well. And that's a great achievement. So you should look back to this day, as I said, at times ahead when you need to draw a little bit of strength for yourself. So I think probably I've said, I hope, enough. And just to, I suppose, again, compliment you on your achievements. And lastly, I think again, just to thank Tomás Sharkey for the invitation, and to compliment, I suppose, all of the staff here. I think I've said enough maybe about the students, as to compliment the staff and the professionalism of the staff. To wish you all the very best for the future. Thank you.
In a few moments, I'm going to ask you all to come forward to receive your graduation certificates. But before I call on you, I want to share a quote, surprise, surprise, from one of my favourite poets. Seamus Heaney's lines from Wintering Out have been shared and reshared in recent months during this global pandemic. But some years back, when addressing the graduating class of the University of North Carolina in the United States, Heaney had some words of advice for graduates. So, as you prepare to take the first steps into your lives after secondary school, I give you his words. Make the world before you a better one by going into it with all boldness. You are up to it and you are fit for it. You deserve it, and if you make your own best contribution, the world before you will become a bit more deserving of you. Co-Gorgeous Liv, congratulations to the class of 2021. It is with great pleasure that I now get to call the list of names that I have come to know so well. Let's get this show on the road. Whitney Arwele. Mark Ajahi. Ronke Anishan. Sid Banda. Caitlin Byrne. Eugene Chan. Martina Gurzel in absentia. Sarah Hoy. Damien Holmes in absentia. Craig Kerr. Dara Manning. Emer MacDonald. Mohammed Amin Abdullahi. Roisin Malloy. Nisha O'Brien. Sophie O'Kane. Michael Offer. Bruno Zolens in absentia. Kim Shavlin. Benny Shee. Dauda Junior Shatayo. Henry Uche. James Campbell. Lara Cooney. Larnis Tabashinskas. Benjamin Dada. Rory Doyle. Bradley Ekadihi. Stana Kunwe. Laura Jane Harty. Amy Carney. Hannah Maguire. Sed Matthews Lynch. Alan McEnany. Kaylee Ann McGuinness. Alfredi Molihano. Bevan Wachaku. Anna O'Brien. Sean Sita. Iomide Safola. Ryan Toner. Alexander Weinberg. Finn Weldon. Alex Chibotero in absentia. Holly Crawley Farrell. Brianna Harper in absentia. Sarah McDermott. TJ McFall. Rachel Yore. And Leon O'Muelcalan in absentia. Kamikun Adiyinka. Matthew Ajayi. Lucy Amoa. Chelsea Caffrey. Katerina Chekhanova. Lee Dillon. Brandon Dollard. Ethan Johnson, Conal Lynn, Jamie McCourt, Grace McIntaggart, Conor McKenna, Kosi Mefor, Lee Murta, Jedi Ndebamadu, Marcus Oates, Favour Ukpebri, Maxim Sajin, Princess Salud, Marcel Sataris, Tara Woods, Muhammad Zubair Zahid, Vincent Adejobi, Suhail Ajedan Zugam, Jimmy Apison, Bartek Bialek, Oisin Breen, Michael Doyle, Shane Kerr, Tara Lennon, Katie Malone in absentia, Marku Maruhan, Tanaka Muchegwa, Alana Murray, Priscilla Ngandu, Rihanna Nikonridra, Karen Nolte, Leah O'Reilly, Sir John Kalaposhi, Albert Skalinski, Sean Chute, Ryan Tumilty, Ayo Adesanya, Oisin Byrne, Oren Byrne, Dylan Conifey, Brandon Dahl, Jonathan Dahl, Finn Duffy, Michael Dunn, McAvoy. Ronya McAvoy. James O'Connor. Chisholm Ochuba. Anne Riley. Hannah Riley. Kyle Smith. Agus Caelan O'Lynchey. Gorgeous Evelyn from the Shilvina Govila Bisahain.
We can't end on a higher note than this. Only lift your imaginary hat and throw it in the air. You are now finished and you are now graduates.